Steam Next Fest was around 2 weeks ago. In case you're unfamiliar, here's a quick rundown of what it is. Steam Next Fest is an event held on Steam where developers share demos for the games and typically interact with players through live streams. It's split up into categories so players can easily find games that could interest them. Our game, Mist Winter Bay, is a visual novel RPG where you play as a sovereign. You can expand the town and interact with various townspeople or leaders from foreign countries. Our game was primarily featured in the dating sim category. The game fit in under many different categories, but we chose dating sim since there were less entries there, meaning our game had a higher chance of getting noticed. We've never participated in Steam Next before, so we really weren't sure what we could expect in terms of engagements. Before the event, we were sitting at just under 500 wishlists, so we were hoping to reach 1,000 wishlists by the time the event was over. So, how did it go? We didn't quite reach 1,000, but it was very, very close. The wishlist slowed down a lot after the first day, but now, a few weeks after, we have indeed surpassed the goal of 1,000. Are these good results? I'm honestly not sure, because I can't compare with much else. The only little insight I've been able to get is through another YouTuber, GameDevGreedable, who roughly managed to get his wishlist from 400 to 600. So, what could we have done to get more interactions with the game? For starters, neither me nor my brother wanted to do a live stream during the event, so we just didn't. I think this was like shooting ourselves in the foot, because why miss out on such an obvious marketing opportunity? But aside from that, there are some issues with the game itself that led to little interaction. Mist Winter Bay is one of a kind. I've never seen a game that combines town and resource management with a visual novel style, with dating, reputation, and monthly events, and tons of choices leading to different outcomes. It's just a very niche game that's hard to market. Story-based games are hard to market in general, but in Mist Winter Bay you kind of create your own story along with the random events that happen. Another issue with story-based games is that I think it deters people from playing demos. For example, if I'm interested in a story-heavy game, I wouldn't want to play the demo since I'm going to assume that the intro of the game will stay the same when the full game comes out. And I don't want to play the same thing twice. Our wishlist reflected this mindset since there were many more people who just wishlisted the game right away compared to those who actually played the demo. But we did get some useful feedback and lovely comments from people interested in the game. There were some bug reports and suggestions on quality of life improvements. Others liked the game idea but thought that the loading times was a bit much, which we agree with, and I promise we will do our very best to fix it. There was also an Italian YouTube channel who made a short review of the game, and while my Italiano skills are a bit rusty, I could understand that they weren't particularly hyped. They didn't dislike the game, but they didn't like it either. And for some reason they thought that the characters looked like stock images. I don't know, it's what I think they said anyway. Calling my hand-drawn characters stock images definitely stung a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. They talked about the art style being Western anime and how they weren't into that, which honestly is totally fine. Some people like it and are drawn to games with that type of art, while others don't enjoy it. Which reminds me of another comment we got on our community page on Steam, where someone clearly just thought that we're making our own game the wrong way. The characters are rude. Why are the farmers bringing pitchforks into the throne room? Why is the innkeeper pointing at the player? Man, this person just hated the game, and God forbid that when trying to politely say that it's our vision for the game since it's very character focused and that maybe it's just not the game for them. Suddenly, we're making personal attacks because we couldn't think of anything else to defend ourselves for going against the premise of our own game. Like, bro, chill. I genuinely think they missed that the townspeople aren't just random NPCs. They're the core of the game. The farmer is not just a farmer coming to complain, he's a specific character that you can get to know very deeply and even marry if you want to. We've never claimed that Mist Winter Bay is a historically accurate medieval RPG, because it's not. Like at all. You have people with fire as hair, literal tree people, magic, made up countries and religions. Sorry, I just had to rant about this because it's just so stupid. That being said, this person did open our eyes to something. Expectations for the game. Mist Winter Bay combines a lot of different mechanics and game genres, so the player's expectations will be different depending on how they find and approach the game. Those who search for visual novels will have very different expectations than those who find it through the town management tag. It's a bit of an issue, but there's not much we can do about it since the game is ultimately both of these things. What's next? Well, we're gonna continue working on finishing the game, implement the final character stories, the main story, optimizing everything to improve loading, unlockable outfits and achievements, quality of life fixes, and finally, write and implement a ton of monthly events. Enough to last multiple playthroughs, spanning 5 years. If you want to be more involved in the development, join the Discord. We've had it for a long time, but I've never thought to actually talk about it here, which is dumb of me. Join and let's discuss the game. We might have a brainstorming session or a poll on what events should be added. I think it'll be fun. That's all for now. Wishlist the game if you haven't already, and yeah, bye!